Roaring Peacock LUFC fan channel. This is another Leeds United live stream. We do match previews, reviews, watch-alongs, interviews. So if you're a Leeds fan, we'd love your support by smashing that subscribe button like a fist to the chest. And if at any point during the video that you like it, please give it a thumbs up. The stream will start in 5 minutes and you can find the countdown timer down here. In the meantime, chat away and we'll see you very soon. Here's the light show. The following podcast contains some strong language and some very average opinions. Any references to actual people are wildly inaccurate. It's probably best if you don't listen at all. The Roaring Peacock Podcast. Welcome back to the Roaring Peacock podcast. This is the season review part 2 because we didn't get to speak to Barney and Ewan, and we've also got maybe Sam Ward joining us, hopefully not from Mars. So my name's Adonis, and you know me as at the Adelites on Twitter. It's a very good hello from me. Joining us is Barney, LUFC 21. Barney?
Hello, mate. How you doing? Hello.
Are you just... You're not on Mars, are you? You can hear me? No?
I can hear you, yeah.
You can react in real time? Great. And Machiavelli at Ewan Metcalf.
Keep up the good fight, brothers.
Let's go. And Sam Ward, LUFC.
Hello, I'm from Mars.
Hey!
Frozen in time. And 10 minutes behind. So I guess first thoughts on that sort of incredible season, 16 years in the making, back in the Premier League. Barney, been a while, been a hot minute.
Oh, it was absolutely amazing. We actually, the pundits were saying that we weren't going to survive this season. We were going to burn out. We were stronger towards the end of the season. The core of those players were probably the championship side that finished 13th. They were absolutely fantastic towards in the season. Just speechless, absolutely speechless for the season we had.
Ewan?
Just so proud. You know, we use certain words a lot on these podcasts, don't we? And I think to finish a season happy and content and proud and brimming with like pride for the team and the city and where it's going to take us next year was just a magical thing, because we've had so many years where we haven't had that, and so many years where we've had to look back and think what could have been, or what should have been, or you know how we messed it up, and to go through a season like that and finish 9th and perform as we did, but light the whole league up. You know, I was saying the other day that to watch it in the Euros now, which I know we'll probably come on to, is going to we're spoiled really, because we've had to watch Bielsa football for the last few years, and it's cavalier and it's exciting, and sometimes it's a bit risky, but you wouldn't swap it for anything in the world. So I'm proud. I'm elated what a season we had and how we proved lots of wrong. It's one of our greatest things as Leeds fans, in it, to boil piss in pints and gallons and what have you. And I think we've done it. I think we've also won a lot of admirers as well outside of the Leeds family. So God bless them. What a great season. What a brilliant performance by the team and the manager and the whole backroom staff. And super proud, you know, really proud. Amazing.
Woody?
Yeah, I agree with everyone said. You know, it's been a brilliant season, hasn't it? And like you said, we've offered something completely different that I think no one else has really offered. The way we are, we play. I think once the fans come back in, I think we'll lose admirers again. I think they'll realise why everyone used to hate us. But no, I mean, one thing for me that's been is, as the season's progressed and we've developed as a team, a lot of these players have stepped up, but a lot of these lazy pundits have, they've sort of had less and less to say about us gone on. They've been less and less negative, and we've proved so many people wrong. It's just been absolutely amazing. We've had some absolute brilliant times doing match reviews and stuff like that, and just talking over the games. The feel good factor's back at Leeds for the first time in a long time. It's absolutely brilliant.
So getting on to some of your comments then. Hello, everybody. Derek Moore, evening, you beautiful people. Leeds. Nora's here in the chat. She'll be moderating as ever. See you, Nova. Good evening, guys. Hi, Nova. Adam says, Twitter celebrity. You're a Twitter celebrity, Barney, apparently. Barney from the internet. Was that Nick Hodgson?
Yeah, it was
Nick Hodgson from... Twitter celebrity Barney has caught the sun.
I do look like Alan Brazil. Yeah. I'm literally Alan Brazil This is literally talks. This is Talk Sport, but the Leeds edition. I've actually got a beer as well. Cheers.
There you go. Cheers. The Brunette Brazil. Leeds United and the Leeds United online community got me through 2020, 2021. It was an amazing year, all things considered, with COVID. Starting to get used to saying 2020, 2021. Soon it'll be 2021, 2022, which will be even better. A few stats here then from LUFC data, which he released today. Touches 7th, passes 8th. We don't want to know about those ones. What do we want to know about? The times when we came first in the Premier League. Pressures first, crosses second, tackles 1 first, sprints first, distance covered first. I mean, we're just gorgeous, aren't we? We're just a beautiful football team.
Yeah.
Sexy.
Yeah.
And something that you brought up, Ewan, is that at the Euros, we've been spoiled, and at the Euros, we'll have to significantly lower our standards.
Yeah.
Some highlights of the season, then. Some Bielsa highlights, maybe first. I think when a journalist said, "You're not gonna leave West Ham guessing, are you?" And then Bielsa said, "Oh no, this is my starting 11." A few games later, he said, "I've had a letter that has told me that I shouldn't be reading out my starting 11." So, magic moments. Ewan?
Bielsa moments.
Yeah, go for it.
I think one of the things that really made me laugh was the post-coital glasses. Was it Man City? I can't remember the game. My memory's awful, so you've got to forgive me to review it. It's immediately afterwards. Whereas now, what are we on about? Which season? But like he just, had sex and his glasses were all skewered. Was superb. Which watching Leeds is a bit like, having sex and the coital feeling you get afterwards. Yeah, it's the same feeling. I understand that. I think that when he shouted at Scott Parker when one of his players was play acting and he went, "No!" and shouted at him like, that's not in that's not in the rules. That's not football anymore.
I forgot about that.
But just, you know what? I think the other one I have is for a couple of seasons previously, we've scored goals and he takes it so well, doesn't he? He's not like a fan. He sort of just goes, "Yeah, right, that's great. That's exactly what we should have done. Fine." But then, like a couple of the goals towards the end, particularly the Burnley game, the Rodrigo goals, where you kind of got the impression that's how he won and how to finish a move. He proper celebrated, and sort of you could see him sort of punching the air and getting all excited. I think that was it, to see him get more in love with his team, Leeds as a city and a club. Some of his quotes are just prophetic, aren't they? I mean, he's amazing, that some of the stuff he comes out with, and we proper fall in love with a manager, which, tell me the last one, struggling to. Amazing, love him to bits, and I hope he stays much longer than the next year or the next 2 years, to be honest, because God knows how we're going to replace him.
Woody?
We're not. I'm just trying to think of my favourite moment, because it's just. Am I really far behind here? By the way,
Quite far. Don't ask questions.
Don't worry about it.
Just go for it.
We'll sort it in the edit, Sam. Don't worry about it.
What's the word? Yeah, if you could do it on the edit, look really good on it, please. That'd be.
It's going to be hard work.
Do you know what?
It's going to be hard work, pal.
My favourite thing about the season is the West Brom goal. I think it was Rafinha that scored it, and just the team goal from there to start in our own half. Just tip tap against the field, go out to Rafinha, and he cuts in and just curls on top corner. For me, that's just a beautiful goal, and one of so many this trying to pick out a favourite goal, and I genuinely couldn't. Stand actual, belters, top corners. There's so many to choose from. It's just been beautiful, and we've properly lit up the. It's just been brilliant, hasn't it? Really.
Yeah, brilliant. And if only your connection was as good. Barney?
I think the Bielsa standout for me is that how he's just enjoyed this season. Every time after the game, he's always got a smile on his face. He's always trying to make a laugh and things, which we didn't have before. I don't know if it's because he's enjoyed it because there's been probably less pressure on him to get promoted this season. But the other bits as well, when Tyler, your favourite player, Ewan, Tyler Roberts scored against Southampton, and the way Bielsa celebrated that goal, it was like I knew this kid would do it in the end. I knew he'd do it in the end. And just some of the football we played. Obviously, everyone will go on about the Man City game, but the standout game for me was Leicester City. The way we just blew them apart. And during that time, Leicester City were right up there in the top 3, let alone the top 4. So it was just the way we've gone about it. We didn't need to sit back. We just played our football how it should be played.
Yep. Obviously, just going to interject with some of your comments here. So, Mark Foss, how confident are you all in Leeds finishing higher than 9th next season? Nora says very confident. I'd say quite confident. Yep. I think it depends who some of these managers come in. Bandy Fornoski. Sorry, I've probably butchered your name. Personally, I was hoping for a little bit more this season. A little bit more.
Greedy.
European experience would have been good for us next season. The Continentals wouldn't know what hit them.
No. Stop it.
Ali, evening all. Evening, Ali. I want to just say that so we've been giving away these prints once a month, or trying to keep this momentum, this carnage that is a podcast going. And I want to announce that I'm going to do something slightly different. So we actually get statistics on who comments the most, and that's how it's going to be done. So the person who comments the most, and I'll show you this in another stream and talk about it continuously afterwards, probably. But in our analytics, we get a little statement saying this person did the most number of comments, and then goes further down. I'm going to calculate all those comments, and by the end of each month, the winner, the person who's commented the most, is going to get a print. So back to Leeds United then. And I would say best moment of the season. And obviously everybody's going to be saying Stuart Dallas at Man City. Oh, and one thing I wanted to say was small thing in the groin area.
Yeah, that was a good one as well.
Which was another beautiful Bielsa moment. So let's just put the Dallas moment aside, because let's just assume that's everybody's favourite moment. Favourite moment from the season. Let's go with Wardy first. Get him out the way.
I think he might be leaving. Come on, Wardy.
Yeah, get me the fuck out of the way, mate. I don't blame you. Go on. Right. Can we?
We might just let Wardy go. Wardy, we love you. We'll see you very soon. Okay.
Love you, Wardy.
Love you, Warden of the North.
Yeah.
Ciao for now, brother.
Move out of B-Dale, mate. Get the internet connection sorted out.
Barney. Best moment of the season.
It's a tough one, that, isn't it?
Top 3.
Okay.
Top 3, right. Pascal Strike being absolutely immense, and everyone knows I have a love affair with Calvin Phillips, but Strike is very close into that love affair now. Two, the way Bamford has just answered all his critics and kept going, and everyone's realised how such a good player he is and why we need him in our lead squad. And number one, it's got to be coming ninth. The way we've flirted with top with coming 10th or 9th all season with Arsenal. And I know that I hate the cliche, but if you would have told me at the start of the season we would have been trying to fight with Arsenal to come above them or near them, I'd be joking. But the way it's been that close between where we were to Champions League spots. That's how ridiculous this season has been, and how consistent we've been as well.
Yeah, I wanted to say that 3 points off a European spot, so we weren't that far away, Bandy.
Well, just on Bandy, don't get greedy. That's what killed us last time. Let's not go too quick. Let's just consolidate. When that question about finishing 9th, if we played the same football and lit up like we have done and shocked like we have done and did so well against the top 6 at home, bear in mind we're going to have a crowd in there next time, which isn't always an advantage, to be honest. It can get on your back as much as it can propel you on. But I'd be happy to finish 9th, 8th for the next couple of seasons and get a few better players in. Happy? Not happy, but I'd rather finish 9th than do a Sheffield United and completely capitulate and drop out of the league. We've got to stay here now. It's so difficult to get back into that league. Well, it is for us. Watford and Norwich and everybody else seem to just out, bump, straight out. But to get back onto your point, moments, if I'm talking moments, the ones that had me off my seat, apart from Dallas, which literally I nearly smashed my own front room up. Bamford's goal against Leicester, the screamer, the football before it, the little sort of instep back heel from, was it Klitsch, into Strike, who's been, as Barney said, has been superb, one of my favourite players to watch this year. Into Rafinha, hit a first-time ball perfectly between the defenders for Bamford to lash into the back of the net over probably one of the better keepers in the league. That was a moment for me. I just had me off my seat. Superb. The first game, I'm not going to pick a moment, but the Liverpool game was just a moment in itself. It was like, we're here. We're not messing about. We're not trying for a 0-0. We proper went for it and nearly got our just desserts. So that was just that whole build-up around being back in the Premier League, playing a really good Liverpool with a lot of history, and going out there and absolutely smashing it and just doing us so proud. That's a moment. And then the Tottenham, the last goal, the Rodrigo goal, where we kind of kept 3 of our best players off the pitch, then put them on just to finish them off. And again, a good side. They were struggling at the time, but that's a magic moment for me. That final goal that kind of secured the win against a good side who, drubbed us the last time when we played them previously. There's so many. It's absolutely impossible to pick one. To pick 3 is a nightmare. We could sit here all night picking a different moment from every game. Jack Harrison. All my family are Geordies, so Jack Harrison's goal against Newcastle. There's loads. You could just go on all night, moments after moment after moment, and that's what's been beautiful about Leeds United being back in the Premier League.
Yep. Everton away was one of mine as well. I think Rafinha in general. Most assists for the season, 9. A future Brazil international, if ever I've seen one.
100%.
Liverpool fans sort of drooling over him, thinking that they're going to get him.
Can't afford him.
Not going to happen, is it? I don't think we're there yet. I know that they want to do the Leicester model, but I don't think we're selling him just yet, are we? And I think it's more about Bielsa, isn't it? If Bielsa puts his foot down, that's it, isn't it? What else?
No reason for him to leave. To be fair, there's no reason for him to go to Liverpool or anywhere else for that matter at the moment, because that question about 9th, let's be honest, we're all anticipating finishing well above 9th. So why would he leave when he might start, when he's in a team of players who've accepted him and brought him in? You don't get 9 assists from January. Was it January he was brought in, sort of around January time? Well, the question is he outdone him for assists? You don't do that unless you're happy and unless you're comfortable in the team that you're playing in. Now, I'm not suggesting getting over myself here by saying that, we're a bigger team than anybody. That's not what I'm about. But as a footballer with a 4-year contract that's arrived in January, why would you move when you're happy and you settle in? Got a great bunch of lads around you. You're allowed to play the kind of... He'll go to Liverpool told to play a completely different way. He'll go to anywhere else. Man United, he'll be told to play a completely different way. Why would you move? He looks happy most of the time. Not all the time.
He came in October, I think, but he wasn't like getting the starts from the start. But yeah, if he went to Liverpool, would he be on the bench behind Salah, Mane, Jota? If he went to anywhere else, of course, Real Madrid or somewhere. I think for him, it's the best move to stay in. Obviously, for us as well. So just a few more comments then. Bye, Wardy. And loved it when we won in London. Yeah, let's not forget that. Shoes off.
I'm gonna say, podcast wise, that was one of my favourite moments. Was the Fulham podcast and the Man City one that we did, because we literally just spent the first 4 minutes laughing at each other. Yeah. what have we just done? What's going on? What's all about? So, you know what? Yeah, we've had some brilliant moments. Let's not forget that. Some of the moments we've had on here as a team and as a bunch of mates has been, fantastic, as well as the football.
A few of your magic moments. Mike P. My favourite moment was really more of a game when KP destroyed Everton. Pure class. Tom Walton, Bamford hat-trick goal versus Villa. Excellent stuff, wasn't it?
Nearly went for that myself. That one when he sort of dragged it back and just finished it with a curling finish into the top left-hand corner. I mean, what a goal. And I don't like Mings. There's something about Mings I really don't like. And he was dragging him off the floor like earlier on when he suggested he was playing. And he absolutely came back and showed him up, did he? Which I really love.
I think a lot of people forget about that Villa game because of the other games we've had after. I mean, the Bamford hat-trick. Phillips wasn't playing that game either, was he? And we saw our midfield that we could manage without Phillips, but obviously Villa play a different type of game to other teams where we've been struggling. And the way Bamford just took his goals, he just didn't. All he needed was one chance, and that was it.
Class on that.
Lots of people saying the Dallas goal against the Man City, of course, but Rodrigo's chip at Burnley, Peter Reddington,
beautiful,
brilliant chip. That what a finish that was!
Amazing. Yeah,
what a finish! That's when you're taking the piss out of the opposition, isn't it? You're just taking the mickey out of them, and it was such a world class finish. It reminded me of Smith actually, or Viduka, or Beckford. To be fair, he had
Smith at Anderlecht when we 4-1 when he sort of ran through and chipped the keeper the same. It's just so nonchalant, but sometimes you can try and be nonchalant like Aguero's penalty, the Pedenka, and get it wrong. But when it goes right, it's so good in it to watch, and that's why footballers do it. That's why they don't finish everything side foot every time they get in there. To finish like that is just it's mouth-watering, isn't it? Superb.
Right then, your player of the season, please, gentlemen. Ooh. And just caveat this: most appearances, Luke Ayling, Patrick Bamford, Stuart Dallas with 38. Each top scorer, Patrick Bamford, 17. Rafinha, 9 assists. Most passes, Ayling. Most tackles, Ayling. Most aerial battles won, Cooper. Most clearances, Strauch. So smorgasbord, really. Most yellow cards.
Let me guess.
Anybody?
Alioski.
Nope.
Phillips.
KP.
Yep. 10 yellow cards. Player of the season.
Jesus, go on, Barney. I'm going to have to think about this, mate.
Well, for me, I mean, on the official site, I, like most people, voted for Dallas. But I also said Elan was so close as well for me. I think he's been 21 years old, and he's been probably one of the best keepers in the Premier League this season. A lot of talk was saying we were letting so many goals in, but majority of them weren't his fault. And what the way was just what the way was with the ball. I sound like Ecky Bottom with the ball, without the ball,
with ball, without ball.
Yeah, but just the way he commanded his box at times, he looked well beyond his years. I mean, a lot of people say goalkeepers should be into the 30s when they hit the prime. So I dread to think when he turns 30, what he's going to be like, because he's an absolute immense goalkeeper. He's everything you want from a modern day goalkeeper.
Yep.
Might be his Pete Barney. He might turn into a Rakuba the next couple of games.
Rachubby-chub.
Yeah. When you said Elan, I thought, who the fuck's Elan?
Because I can't pronounce his surname. That's why.
You need to brush up on your French, Barney.
Millier.
Mons too.
Yeah, Mons too, Rodney. Mons too. Oh my God, this is like the. Do you know what's beautiful? Before I start, I know you always hate me going off on one, Donny. You're always like, just answer the fucking question. I don't care. I can't help myself. You know what? This is the beautiful thing. Golden moments, best player. You know, it's impossible. And that's what's been ace. We've had so many years of it being dire, and you know who the best player is because there's only one who's any good. You know, McCormack. Yeah. Teams after teams where there's been a player that stands out. Yeah. McCormack's one that I can think of off the top of my head. But you know, over the last, Beckford, whatever it is, we had a couple of good players around there. But we were playing in League One and the Championship.
There was one season where Rob Green was easily the best player. I think but that's it.
There's one player who's sort of class quality, and they stand out. And it's fairly obvious. You wouldn't have had a problem answering that question before Bielsa came, actually. But now, fucking hell, there's an argument for just about everybody. Apart from Roberts, don't even get me started. I'm joking. I like the kid. But I can't, honestly, for me, it's Person and KP. And I think Ailing, if you look at where he's come from, probably like Dallas, KP's always, he's a young lad. He's always been on that trajectory, hasn't he? Ailing and bloody Dallas weren't. And they've just stepped up, and not only stepped up with effort, they've stepped up with ability and quality. And you know what the biggest thing it underlined for me is, if you're fitter than everybody else, if you get yourself fitter than everybody else, you're a better footballer. Don't matter how, it's the boxing parlance of, hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard. And we showed that against Tottenham. They're probably on paper, Bale, Kane, Son. We outworked them. And it doesn't matter how good you are. If you get outworked, you don't win. So to pick up any of these things is absolutely a nightmare. You know what? It makes my heart warm to think this is a struggle to pick the best player because they're all fucking brilliant. And I can't make an argument against. If somebody said to me with that vote, Barney, that you were on about, who's the best player, who's the best young player. If somebody came to me and said, I think it's so-and-so, I couldn't see it because they've all been absolutely tremendous. How can you not pick Rafinha? Because he's lit it up. His skill and his talent and his touch on the ball, the exciting moments, Cahill at Crystal Palace, putting him on his out, emptying his pockets. The guy at Sheffield United, the same. He lights the place up. Bamford, what a player he's become at this top level. Proved all the doubters wrong. Brilliant. I can't argue with any of them, but personally, I can't look beyond KP because the midfield in the Premier League is so important, especially the middle of the midfield. I want to say KP, and I'll tell you now, I voted for him in that vote for the best player of the season, but I'm going to change my mind because I've given him one vote, and right here I'm going to say Stuart Dallas because some of the goals he scored, that's probably the difference in it with KP. He's not a goal scorer, whereas Dallas is everything. He works hard, his touch, his pass, his vision. He doesn't admire himself. He doesn't play a nice pass and then stop. He's at it again. He wants it back on. He's going for that. And the goals that he scored, Man United, the 2 against Man City. How can you not say Stuart Dallas? I mean, he's been immense, and he's come from Brentford as a right winger, and he's played at left back, right back. He could play him in goals; he'd still get man at match. What a player! And I feel I feel happy for players like that who've, the Rocky story where they've not just got it on a plate; they've turned up and believed in what the manager's selling them and worked hard to get fitter than everybody else. And not only that, but improved as footballers immeasurably. So I'm going to go Dallas after a long leading.
to go from a sort of a semi-decent, mid-range championship right winger to being, to bossing Man City in the midfield with 10 men and scoring a winner in the last minute. I mean, and to being an incredible left back, the best left back in the club. No offense to Alioski by a mile. And then to be, told, oh, now you're a number 8. You know what I mean? Like, he's just adapting to levels that you almost expect now from him.
Exactly.
And you forget that we're in the Premier League playing, the best players in the world, in the best league in the world, the most money in the world. And let's get you to your comments. So a lot of people saying Bamford. There is a comment, Strouk worst header, Toblerone head, or 50p.
That ponytail. Yeah. Needs to get a skin to do.
Almost impossible. So many players have been absolutely vital.
Agreed.
Lots of people agreeing with you, Ewan. Nora saying Melier was incredible. Agreeing with Barney. Just so many. Dallas easy. I can't separate between Dallas, Strouk, or Ayling. But lots and lots of people saying Dallas. But I think this sums it up. We have 5 or 6 players who could have won it.
At least 5 or 6.
I'm sick of hearing Rafinha's going to Liverpool. No, he's not. Why would you? Why would you leave Bielsaball for a team on the decline anyway? It's 15 minutes to the England game, so let's briefly move on to that then.
Do we have to?
Unfortunately, and I feel like we do.
After all that positivity.
Here we go then. This is the team for tonight. Now riddle me this. Jesse Lingard. Can you
Discuss.
Can you explain this thinking?
No. It's like
I think it's like one of those things, look, this is what you could have won. So I'll give you a chance. And then thanks for your effort tonight. Thanks for your effort. Pat on the back. See you later. Enjoy your holidays.
That's exactly what it is, Barney. It's exactly what it is, Barney. You can look at the bench and you look at some of the players he's playing, and quite a few of them are going out. They've been cut from the team. So I think he said, look, thanks for coming to be part of the group. And in a way, it's quite a good man of management tool, isn't it? Is to say, look, you're not going to waste your time. Cheers. You'll get a game or you'll get half a game or whatever. I ain't got any problem with that. It's the 26 that are left.
Is he going to come off after 60 minutes and everyone's going to clap him? And he's going to be captain at the start of the game as well. Look, you've had a good game. Thanks for coming, mate.
Yeah, thanks, Jesse. Now go off on your holidays. Thanks a lot. It just seems ridiculous to me. The argument about international friendlies and the Nations League or League of Nations or whatever it's called is that you don't get the cohesion. You don't get the time to build those relationships on field, to start to know where the other player is without thinking. And why? What are we 9 days away now from a major tournament? Why are you playing a player that's not going to be there? Of all the things, you can make an argument for 4 right backs, for example, because there's 2 left backs and no one else who's going to play in left back. So, okay, he's playing, I presume he's going to play Kieran Trippier at left back. So you could make an argument for it because we don't have any more left backs. If we'd have had 1 more left back, then it would have been 3 left backs and 3 right backs, which is balanced and it makes sense. It's still too many, probably, but oh well. You know what I mean? So it's not that wrong. It's just 1 player too much. But to play Lingard when he's not even going to be at the tournament makes absolutely no sense. I don't understand it. It's like some sort of testimonial to him.
Yeah. He's either very trusting that he's got it right and we're going to go into the tournament and do really well. Fucking idiot. And there's nothing line, is there? We'll find out. And listen, I ain't going to slag the bloke off. He's played at a great level. He's played for England. It's just so inspiring for me, you know. And I said to you on I think it was a WhatsApp message the other day. I used to say to my dad when there was big tournaments on, Italia 90, you know, and I was at the prime of being behind Leeds, but also loving my country. I went to watch World Cups in France in '98 and so on and so on, and went to Wembley, you know, internationals at Wembley. And you kind of think, I can know why my dad, when he used to say, "Why are you watching the England game, Dad?" And he used to go, you know, bar humbug sort of. I'm getting to that point. I'm basically turning into my dad. That's what I'm trying to admit and confess on this. But I know why now. He must just get sick of going to tournament after tournament after tournament. And he was there at bloody, you know, the '66 World Cup. And you kind of think to yourself, why now? Because he's had that sort of panacea of being at a World Cup final, winning it. For time, have we? Italian 90 Euro 90 last year in Russia, but kind of came to a crashing halt. Bit disappointing, really, how we kind of whimpered out of that. And it just feels a bit the same, you know, with the kind of. But I hope I'm wrong, you know, with some of them younger. I love Foden. I think Bellingham's a talent. You know, we've got some really talented players. Stones, when he's playing well, he's having a good season. This season's a good, great player to watch. You know, and I think what he's done, to be fair, is he's obviously. I think he's taken. What's his name? Kyle Walker to almost play as a third centre back if he goes 3 at the back and plays with wing backs. So I think that's possibly why Walker's in there, as well as obviously being able to play right back. But you know, it just looks like, again, you know, I think somebody mentioned it. We've took Beckham when he wasn't 100% fit. We took Rooney when he wasn't 100% fit. There's all the pictures of their metatarsals in the sun. You know, is it going to be healed on time? And you kind of think, well, yeah. Maguire's
kissing
like
the metatarsal.
Yeah, Rashford, Uri Geller will be coming out with a picture of Harry Maguire's massive head and saying, you know, rub his head or something. But you know, I don't think Henderson's not fit. Rashford's not fit. You know, Maguire's not fit. You know, it's not great, is it?
I think for me is that when Southgate was in the World Cup, there was no expectations whatsoever. And we played some really good attacking football. We were quite fluid in the way we were passing. It wasn't just the typical international football that you used to just tippy-tappy and hope for the best kind of thing. And then after then, we've been watching the friendlies after the World Cup, and we've been expecting a little bit more. But it's all very boring football. It's probably because we are used to 100 miles an hour football with Bielsa and Leeds. But once you've understood how Bielsa works and watching Leeds play, you actually start to understand the game a little bit more and thinking, why is that player there? Why isn't that player stood there? Because that player could pass to that player. It's all very robotic the way England play. And Foden, for me, is an absolute talent. For me, he's probably the first player since Gaza that is going to take hopefully the tournament by storm, because the way Foden plays with the ball, he gets the ball and just runs, and he's not scared of having the ball. But there's what's happening with the England team since I've been a kid as well. There's been far too many. Oh, he's a good player in the league. We need to take him to England, and they just don't turn up for England. And sometimes you just trying to put players into round square holes, whatever it is.
Yeah,
square peg round hole.
That's the one. That's the one.
I think there's also this thing in England as well. It's like a savior complex. Like every time there's a new young player, like Sterling, for example, it's he's the next Gaza or whatever. Yeah. And I'm not convinced. I think, you know, Foden and Grealish, they've got potential, definitely. But you know, whether people are going to put too much pressure on them. Anyway, getting around to your comments then. So Lingard in the shop window, he's not going back to Scum. Apparently not. Another Tom Walton here. I think he's picked someone who was injured in the squad and he has picked him as a first reserve. So I'm guessing that's Henderson or whatever. Danny, watching on Twitch. Hello. How fucking red is Barney?
Very red.
Very red.
I would show you my white bits, but it's not after 9 o'clock yet.
Why is Rudolph's red nose in the middle? Barney, have you been to the sun? Sir Danny de la Montañas. The white top brings it out. So yeah, a bit of an obsession with your. So what's happened is it's been red hot. You've gone into the back garden, is it, and just laid out in the sun?
So I did a bit of power washing today. So I was like a proper bloke, power washing.
Wow.
I got into the zone, and being a typical English bloke, I don't need fucking sun cream. I'm fine. And then next thing I go for a shower. I go for a shower. And go, fucking hell, that's hot. You'll see the state of my neck. It's a right mess.
We've got any after sun, love. We've got any after sun.
Okay, quick predictions then for England at the Euros.
Can I just say something really quick? It's a movement thing. It's a movement thing with England. They don't move about enough. There's no sort of ambition to get on the ball. And it's been like that for ages. And you talk about talent, man. That 2006 team should have won the tournament. You think about Beckham,
Nope. Frozen.
Lampard, Terry, Rio Ferdinand. I'm back.
You're back.
Yeah, we've had better teams than this, to be honest, and we haven't excelled. That's why I can't get excited. All-round teams as well, with lots of talent all over the pitch. It's a movement thing with England. It's that ambition. It's that, if you watch the Bielsa teams, that third run, that fourth run, that ambition to sort of get forward and get on the ball, that hunger. And that's why I worry about England, because there isn't that there. Sorry, we could move on.
No problem.
I'll just say one thing. I think the whole reason why England haven't performed at major tournaments for a while is because of that Sheffield Wednesday band playing that fucking trumpet and drums every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
If I was trying to play football, hearing that shite in the background, I wouldn't want to go for any further than the group stage, to be honest.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm really proud of being from Yorkshire, and then sometimes you just see Sheffield Wednesday fans.
It's like Derbyshire, really, Sheffield, and it's not really Yorkshire either. So, but predictions. Oh God, in a different way, I'm struggling. Not in the same way I was struggling to pick a best player for Leeds. I reckon we'll probably get to quarterfinals.
Okay,
semis if we're lucky.
Right. Barney?
Quarterfinals again, but I think it's very typical England. Will probably struggle in the group stages.
Yeah,
there should be games where we should be winning 2-3-0, but we'll probably manage a 1-0 in the 80th minute or something. Yeah. Because we're like a shitting dog sometimes. We just don't come out to perform in tournaments.
Oh, that's an image I can't get out of my head.
When was the last time you had a shitting dog going into a shitting contest that didn't turn up? Right, what it is, we've got this shitting dog. Can you imagine that means... You can imagine the marketing team tried that to BBC. Right, so what is the idea?
Yeah.
Shitting dogs on a Saturday night.
It's a bit like Crufts, but...
but with lots more shit.
With a
I've got even more ready now. Bloody hell!
Brilliant. This dog just works shit. It just works shit on. works shit on demand, and it's Saturday night prime time. What the fuck are we gonna do?
And the owner is begging little Truffles, but nothing's coming.
Please, Truffles, just do a walnut whip on the floor now. Come on demand. Get the chocolate squirty cream out. Oh dear.
Terrible.
We haven't lost the ability to fucking lose it, have we?
No. Even though we're live now, but
I forgot about that.
You've brought it back.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm sure we'll get onto more Euro stuff in the next week or so when we turn into the Roaring Bulldog.
Yeah.
I would. Well, we know why he's roaring now.
Shit.
But we'll get off so we can all watch England lose to Austria.
I've got to say this before we go. Magic moment.
Yeah.
Gitano Berardi, Pablo Hernandez, that game, leaving, crying, all the tears, all the beautiful send-off, crowd being in. I wish it was 30, 40,000. I can't go without saying that. Sorry, I'll let you. I digress, but that was a magic moment as well for the whole season. To see them two have, well, particularly Pablo's carried us through many a game over the last 5 years. Wowie, what a player, what a servant. Same for Berardi. That was a beautiful magic moment. And I'm a proper swinging brick for a heart, lad, but got to me that Pablo coming off, you know.
I was a mess. I was meant to be coming onto the live stream and I couldn't do it. I was crying. I was a mess before the game. And then when Pablo and Berardi came off, I was crying my eyes out. I went for a shower after, and I started crying in the shower. Like,
you didn't need to turn the shower on.
I never felt like that when a footballer had left before, but when they were coming off, it was so emotional. It was heartbreaking.
That's again what's beautiful about this Bielsa team, this Leeds United team, is we've got players that you're sad to see go, whereas normally it's like, I'll drive him there myself, you know. So
yeah.
Okay. Well, enjoy England, Austria. Nora says, lose to Austria, not happening. Have you ever seen Austria play? So there we go. Anyway, very goodbye from me, and it's a very goodbye from Ewan.
Good night, God bless.
A very goodbye from Barney.
Goodbye from me. I'm just going to go get some after cream now.
Yeah. Go lie in a bath of aloe vera.
Yeah.
Our stats come from LUFC Stats or LUFC Data on Twitter. A very special thanks to Barney, Stuart, Cook, Ewan and Howard, Metcalf, Josh Pearson, Laura, Leon and Rob, The Light Show, and all our family and friends.